jest at scars that never felt a wound.
Juliet appears above at a window.
But soft what light through yonder window breaks. It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou her maid art far more fair than she, but not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and no one but fools do wear it. Cast it off. It is my lady, oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks yet, she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses, I will answer it. I am too bold, 'tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heaven, having some business, do entreat her eyes, to twinkle in their spheres till they return. Do entreat her eyes, to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there, they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars, as daylight doth a lamp. Her eyes in heaven would through the airy region stream so bright, that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Ay, me!
She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night, being over my head, as a winged messenger of heaven, unto the white upturned wandering eyes of mortals that fall back when he bestrides the lazy pacing clouds, and sails upon the bosom of the air.
O Romeo, Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father, and refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not, be but sworn by my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name is my enemy. Thou art myself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call rose? By any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, where he would not Romeo, called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without the title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for what thy name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word, call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus be screened in the night? So stumblest on my counsel.
By a name I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's utterance, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
Neither, fair saint, if either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the palace deaf, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
With love's light wings did I o'erperch these walls, for stony limits cannot hold love out. And what love can do that dares love attempt? And what love can do that dares love attempt? And what love can do that dares love attempt? Therefore thy kinsmen are no let to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their sight, and but thou love me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate, than death prorogued wanting of thy love.
Foundst thou out this place?
By love, who first did prompt me to inquire, he lent me counsel, and I lent him eyes. I am no pilot, yet wert thou as far as that vast shore washed with the farthest sea, I would adventure for such merchandise.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face, else would a maiden blush bepaint my cheek. For that which thou hast heard me speak tonight, fain would I dwell on form, fain deny. What I have spoke but farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet if thou swearest, thou may prove false at lovers' perjuries. Then say, Jove lass, O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if thou thinkest I am too quickly won, I'll frown and perverse and say thee nay. So thou wilt too, but else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayest think my behaviour light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that have cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess, but that thou overheardest, ere I was ware. My true love's passion, therefore pardon me, and not impute this yielding light to love, which the dark night hath so discovered.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon, I swear, that tips will silver all these.
Treetop!
Boy, get down! I swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
I swear by.
Do not swear at all, or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the God of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
If my heart's dear love.
Well, do not swear, although I joy in thee. I have no joy of this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning which doth cease to be. Ere one can say it lightens, sweet, good night. This bud of love, by summer's ripening breath, may prove a beauteous flower when we next meet. Good night, as sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that within my breast.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would it were to give again, and yet I would it were to
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
but to be frank, and give it thee again. And yet I wish but for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love as deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite.
Nurse calls within.
I hear some noise within, dear love, I do. Anon, good nurse, sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little, I will come again.
Exit above.
Blessed night, I am afeard being in night. All this is but a dream, too flattering sweet to be substantial.
Re-enter Juliet above.
Three words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow, by one that I'll procure to come to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite, and all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world.
Within.
Madam!
I come anon, but if thou mean'st not well, I do beseech thee.
Madam!
By and by I come, to cease thy suit, and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow will I send.
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night!
1,000 times the worse to want thy light. Love goes towards love, as schoolboys from their books, but love from love towards school with heavy looks.
Hist, Romeo, hist. Oh, for a falconer's voice, to lure this tassel gentle back again. Bondage is hoarse, and may not speak aloud, else would I tear the cave where echo lies, and make her airy tongue more hoarse than mine, with repetition of my Romeo's name.
It is my soul that calls upon my name. How silver sweet sound lovers' tongues by night, like softest music to attending ears.
Romeo!
My dear,
At what clock tomorrow shall I send for thee?
At the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then. I have forgot why I did call thee back.
Let me stand here till thou remember it.
I shall forget to have thee stand still there, remembering how I love thy company.
And I'll stay to have thee still forget, forgetting any other home but this.
'Tis almost morning. I would have thee gone, and yet no further than a wanton's bird, who lets it hop a little from her hand, like a poor prisoner in his twisted gyves, and with a silk thread plucks it back again, so loving jealous of his liberty.
I would I were thy bird.
Sweet, so would I, yet I should kill thee with much cherishing. Good night, parting is such sweet sorrow, that I shall say good night till be tomorrow.
Exit above.
Sleep dwell upon thine eyes, peace in thy breast. Would I were sleep and peace so sweet to rest. Hence will I to my ghostly father sell, his help to crave and my dear hap to tell.
You're spoiled brat, oh yes it's true. You're stuck on self, nobody matters but you. Forget about the hungry in Mexico. Don't play your stupid Nintendo. We've got everything we want. We're ungrateful, spoiled little brats. We need a humble self-esteem. Stop living for a selfish dream. A selfish dream. We need to stop taking it for granted. All the wonderful things that he does for us. We don't deserve all of his grace. We let stupid things take its place. We've got everything we want. We're ungrateful, spoiled little brats. We need a humble self-esteem. Stop living for a selfish dream.